Let's talk about religious liberty. We talked a moment ago just briefly on the Constitution and the importance of knowing it. A lot of us in the Christian community are concerned because it definitely seems today that religious freedoms are being curtailed. And we see court case after court case. And of course, we have the Supreme Court case coming up on the definition of marriage. And many of us are anticipating that's not going to be favorable, that they're going to redefine marriage as we have known it for all these years. When you look at religious liberties in this country, what concerns you as a former governor, and what do you think needs to be done to protect everybody? This is a pluralistic culture. I get that. Yeah. But boy, it seems like religious freedom is core to who we are as Americans.
I completely agree. In fact, this interestingly is a global issue as well, because religious freedom means could mean the death of someone, in around the world as well. Christians are being persecuted in a pace and the depth of which is never in modern times we have not seen. So
correct.
We always have to be mindful of that. But as it relates to our own country, I do think that this is that we need to take a stand, that a big country as noble and as with its history as the beacon of freedom, basically, we're the last great best hope for freedom, and we've been that way for a long while. That amongst ourselves, we ought to figure out a way how we can sort out the fact that people aren't going to be discriminated against under the law, and that people have the right space to act on their conscience. I mean, it is a non-negotiable point, because if we start, what other element of the Bill of Rights is next? If the First Amendment right, if that's gone, then what's next? I mean, this is a slippery slope, and this has to be sorted out in a different way than having a crisis, occur in a state capitol and then have just avalanche of opposition where people are just worried about the economic repercussions rather than having a more civil conversation about how we sort this out to protect people's religious freedom.